Welcome to the Spotlight Series. I'm your host, Scott Nerney. We're live at the Queesit Inn. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Share it with some friends, especially any friends or yourself that are going to be traveling. We have two experts here, Ray and Suzanne from Generation Getaways. Welcome to the Spotlight Series.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good. Happy to be here.
So tell us a little bit about yourselves. People want to get to know the guest a little bit before we talk business.
Well, we're a husband and wife team. We started our business just before the shutdown of the pandemic in
That's a great time to start a
It was a fabulous
pandemic
time.
travel business.
So we go in, we're gung-ho, and then the shutdown happened, and now what? So rather than throwing in the towel, we took that as an opportunity to learn and to dive into our craft, so to speak, a little bit further while we have this free time. And then once things started opening up again, we started getting phone calls and inquiries, and things have been on the up and up since. So we're grateful for that. We're thankful for that.
Great.
Ended up being a blessing in disguise.
Absolutely.
That breathing space to kind of learn a little bit and
Yes.
understand where you want to be and what you want to deliver.
Exactly.
And people were dreaming a lot during the pandemic when they weren't running for fear. It's a good time to talk about what we want to do when everything's over.
Yes.
And I think that shows itself now. People are traveling like never before, which is great. It's great all around for everyone to have experiences, to enjoy with their family. I think the pandemic showed people the meaning of being together, and what they missed most during the pandemic was being together, whether it was socially, with families, friends, whatnot. And travel is a great opportunity to rekindle those relationships.
And people like travel agents that have been around in different places. I assume you guys have traveled pretty extensively, and can you lean on your experiences?
Yep, we're moving along. Yes,
Absolutely.
definitely having the business has opened the door, so to speak, for more opportunities for us to travel as our interests grow. We've been doing quite a bit of traveling. I mean, we can't travel all the time, but when we do, we make the most of it, and we learn a lot along the way. It's both business and pleasure when we're traveling.
I've actually never not had a passport. I was born in Portugal. My parents came to the States. I was 2 months old, so I've had a passport ever since then, and it's never kept renewing and whatnot. So yeah, I've traveled. I'm at 18 countries that I've been to. I know not a super whole lot, but
Getting there.
it's a good number.
Yeah.
And I've been 12 countries now.
12 countries.
12 countries,
Nice.
and I've only really been traveling since we've been together. So that's been going on 10 years this year that we're together.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we have traveled together. I've seen a lot of what I've seen, actually all of what I've seen with Ray in our travels. And this past spring, we were lucky enough to travel to Europe. It was my first time to Europe. It was an amazing trip.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing trip. If you've never been to Europe, you have to go to Europe.
So is there a specialty that you guys do, whether it's cruising or vacation planning, or do you kind of favor one or the other?
Well, for myself, I tend to dabble more in cruises and
Okay.
all-inclusive resorts. Later in the year, I'm going to be adding wellness travel to my portfolio.
Very nice.
And currently, I am pursuing my certification as a certified travel agent, or a CTA, through the Travel Institute. So I'll be finishing up that soon. So that'll be another little tool under my belt. And what's going on from there?
She's had training to provide travel services for people with special needs as well.
No days off for you, girl.
No.
Never a day off.
But I myself, she had mentioned that the Certified Travel Associate, CTA, I actually earned that this past year. Cruises all inclusives is kind of where I am right now, but I'm also learning, delving into Europe as well, to be able to offer European tours and river cruise, just to be able to know, to speak to that more. But we also have we have one other person that works with us.
I was going to ask, because you're books are full at the moment, so there have to be other bodies coming along.
We have Nathaniel that works with us. Again,
Okay.
cruises all inclusive. Cruises all inclusive is kind of where our bread and butter is, but each of us has our own little niche as well. Where Nathaniel really stands out is his knowledge of Northern Europe, Dublin, Ireland, London area, and he also does some with LGBTQ travel as well. And then also, we can't quite announce it yet, but we do have a fourth person that will be coming on board.
Great.
We're starting the conversations
Hopefully
now.
in the spring, and she will be dabbling in certain areas, amusement park resorts in Orlando, Florida.
Very nice.
So stay tuned for that announcement. That will be coming pretty soon, pretty quickly. It's down the pipeline. It'll be in the spring.
Lots of
Very
exciting
good.
things going on.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of attention to that area.
Yes, there
I
is.
was
There's
just
so
down
much
there.
to do.
Yeah.
So much to do.
And to have an
It's
expert to
exciting.
know
Yes.
what parks do I go to, what is the difference in passes? Do I get the pass that lets me walk up and wait in line 3 hours or 1 hour, or what attractions to see, what to skip, what hotels to stay at. The property is not really on the property. Like, there's so much experience to have.
Oh, absolutely. And she's versed in traveling with children, her children. They travel, they just came back from Disney, so she has a lot of little tidbits of information for traveling with young children.
So tell us a little bit of the difference between calling Generations Getaways and 800 I Want to Travel.
I think the biggest difference, well, there's many differences. One of the biggest ones is expertise, right? So as travel agents, we've studied, we've researched certain locations, destinations, travel suppliers, travel providers. We have their certification, so we kind of know the little nooks and crannies about all the different things. So just having that expertise is one of the things. Another good reason for calling a travel agent is time savings. You can get on the internet and you can search and you can search and you can search hours after work, one night, 2 nights, the whole week, and you still don't find exactly what you want, right? So calling a travel agent, you go on with your life. We will look up the information. The way it works with us, it all starts with a conversation, right? Either by phone, via Zoom, even text message or email, preferably something more personal, again, in person, by phone, Zoom, or something like that. We get to learn the client's likes, dislikes, what they want, what they need, basically their travel style. And then from there, we go to work researching all the information, trying to get something. We put together 3 or 4 different options for them, send it to them in a proposal, give them a few days to research it. We connect again, kind of go over what we had sent, and from there make tweaks if we have to, or go back to the drawing board. Or it looks perfect, I want to go with option number 3, and we get things booked, and everything's good.
So talk a little bit about the difference between needs and wants. I need to go here and do this and this, but I really want to do this and this. A perfect example would be if my wife and I are traveling. She needs the pool, easy access into the pool, and I want just to be relaxed and, like, to me, a fishing cabin up in Maine, relaxing for the week. That part we haven't gotten to, but there's differences. So kind of how do you craft something for both people?
Well, we do try to determine what our clients' needs are for all the people in the travel party. So if it's a husband and wife, okay, what does your husband like to do and what do you like to do? And then we try to find something that will satisfy both sides, whether it's a cruise, an all-inclusive, some other trip, a road trip, whatever the trip is. Because it's not just for one person, it's for everyone in the travel party. So we listen to our clients first of all, and what their wants are, what their must-haves, what their would like to haves. All of those pieces we're gathering in our initial conversation, and that affords us some food for thought, and then we can start digging, like Ray was saying. And when we do, we're looking for okay, husband wants A, B, and C, wife wants X, Y, Z. Where can we find something in the middle that matches something for both? And from there, again, we pick up with the presenting to our clients and see if that satisfies. Is that going to make both parties happy? Or if it's a family, is that going to be a good fit for everyone, children included, maybe grandparents? With all the multi-generational families that are traveling now, you know, we've got mom and dad down to the little kids and maybe aunts and uncles, maybe cousins are in there, maybe grandparents are in there. We don't want grandparents just sitting at the resort. We want the grandparents to enjoy part of their trip as well. Likewise with little kids, teenagers, everyone. We want to find something for everyone.
So what are some of the hot destinations for 2024?
We just this past weekend we spent the weekend in New York City at the area's largest travel and adventure show. And everywhere you look, Croatia. Croatia was everywhere. There's so many booths, pushing Croatia, different aspects, different cities, different areas of Croatia. We visited Croatia earlier when she mentioned that we had gone to Europe on a cruise. Ended up being my highlight of the entire cruise. Of all the stops that we went to, Croatia was just absolutely gorgeous. So they had their war about 30 years ago. So they're finally past that, finally rebuilt past that. And I believe that they're in a place now where they can really shine. When we were there, we took a tour with some local guides, and so they took us around up on the mountaintop, looking down on the city of Dubrovnik, for example. He took us by. He was an older gentleman. One of the tour guides was an older gentleman, and who actually fought in the war. And he took us around some places. They still have some buildings that are still bombed out and caved in or whatnot. But the city itself is absolutely gorgeous. Old Town, I saw a picture while we were there of Old Town just completely in flames. And we had just literally walked through that area not an hour before, and it was absolutely gorgeous. Croatia is definitely hot right now.
It was a walk through history, for sure.
And what are some unexpected gems where you may say blank and other people are like, oh, that they wouldn't have expected to be wowed by?
I'll take this one as well. So one of the things that I'm actively focused on right now is learning more about Europe and European tours and river cruises and whatnot. So in my trainings and studying and learning, I learned about Berg Eltz Castle in Germany. Now, river cruises are big in Europe, especially in Germany. You have the Danube, you have the Rhine. Those are the two big rivers. There's plenty of river cruises up there. However, this Berg Eltz Castle, one of the prettiest in Germany, consistently ranked that. You can't get there on a river cruise for the Rhine or a river cruise on the Danube. You have to go on the Morel River cruise on that. And the castle sits right beside the river, and definitely a gem that it's off the beaten path. Another gem that I would throw out there, again from the river cruise perspective, is the Douro River in Portugal. Being born in Portugal, I'm a little biased, but we have some of the some of the world's best port wines. I think that was the original where they originated. So the Douro River basically takes you through the Douro Valley where all the vineyards are. So you're stopping along the way there. You can do some amazing port wine cellar tours and tastings, and definitely.
I'm a big port fan myself. So tell us a little bit, like you mentioned cruising, you mentioned all-inclusive. I think some people forget that cruising really is all-inclusive. They don't really put that two and two together in their heads. But what do you find more people are interested in? A cruise someplace and a couple of stops for activities, or going to an all-inclusive and just be catered to? Or is it a mix?
It depends. It depends on the traveling style.
It definitely does. I mean, if you have, let's just say, maybe it's a honeymoon couple, and they just want that quietness to spend that time together. Perhaps they'll choose an all-inclusive, adults-only type resort, maybe a little more upscale, so they get those luxury amenities because, hey, it's our honeymoon, let's splurge. But then again, we've met many honeymooners on cruises.
Mm-hmm.
Older, young people in their early 20s, older people, even at our age group, and that's what they chose. They wanted to have a good time, but they also wanted some of that luxury feel. So maybe they're engaging in some spa amenities. Maybe they're treating themselves to the upscale dining. They're treating themselves. It's their honeymoon. So I would say it's a mix.
It's a mix. Again,
definitely
and
a
just,
mix.
just to add on to that, if you're the type of person that likes to get immersed in the local culture, in the local, that really learn about it, an all-inclusive is more your style. Yes, you would be getting off the resort at that point, because when you're on an all-inclusive resort, you're definitely sheltered and you're catered to. But if you want to really get to know the area, stopping at that place on a cruise doesn't give you the time to really immerse yourself. But when you're at an all-inclusive resort for an entire week, for example, you do have time to get out and go exploring, go hiking or whatnot, to all different areas and really immerse yourself. Check out some of the local cuisines. It really comes down to the personality of the traveler and what they're after. If they want see as much in as little time as possible, cruise is more your speed. You go to sleep, you wake up, you're at a new port.
That's exciting too.
That's exciting too. There's no right or wrong. It's really up to the.
And you work with clients to really kind of talk to them about what they are expecting from a vacation and what opportunities there are to match.
Exactly.
Absolutely, and we learn about our clients. Like I said, it all starts with a conversation, right? We're learning about them. We can often sometimes pick out little things that they don't even realize, just through the conversation that we're having, so that when we present it, it's like, I never really thought about that. But also, in addition to that, getting to know them, repeat clients. We have repeat clients that cruise 2 or 3 times a year. So we know exactly what they want when they go on a cruise. Hey, I want to go on a cruise such and such a date. We will look up options for them, but we know they want all the gratuities included in the price. They want a drink package included in the price. We know for the flights, they want either coach or main cabin, but they want an exit row. So they're fine with paying the upgrade. By knowing that up in advance, we can give them one price right off the bat, and it runs much more smoothly that way, rather than asking, going back and forth and presenting them, well, I wanted this, now we have to go back. And, well, I wanted this, and we have to go back. By having all the information, getting to know our clients, we can present everything at one time, makes it nice and smooth.
Adding on to that with the clients that we are more than likely referring to, they know what they want.
Yes.
They'll call and say, we want to go this date on this ship to this destination on this cruise line. They give us what they want, but we already know what they want. So that's all they have to tell us. There might be a couple little tweaky things here and there to adjust for, but again, they present to us what they want. We know what they want. Now we bring it all together, and it's a nice streamlined process that way.
And coming from the traveler's perspective, I call you guys, you know what I need. I may have seen, my friends went to Aruba, or they went to blank or somewhere else. It's a huge benefit to just say, deal with it.
Absolutely.
I don't need to spend 300 hours on the internet and maybe look at some fictitious reviews of something. You're actually giving me the truth of what's happening.
Yeah, no,
Exactly.
absolutely. And we've gotten that. We get that. Can't say we get that a whole lot, but we've gotten that. You know what? This is what I want. I really don't know. Help me. And
Give me 2 places that are next on your to-do list.
Let's see, we're almost in February. At the end of April, we are going on what's known in the travel world as a FAM trip, a familiarization trip. So we will be immersed in an all-inclusive resort in Riviera Maya, Mexico.
I'm very familiar with that area.
For a few days, learning about a particular brand of all-inclusive resort. We'll get to learn kind of in a classroom, informal classroom type setting. We'll get to learn all about everything that resort has to offer. Then we'll do a tour around the resort so we can physically get out there and see what's a part of that resort. And then after that is over, because that's only a weekend thing, and after that, we are extending our vacation on our own in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. We'll be staying.
Very nice.
We'll be
Been
staying
there
down
as well.
there for several days afterwards.
You like that area?
Very much love Playa del Carmen.
Love
Yeah.
Playa.
Very much looking forward to that.
The Playa Car area of Playa del Carmen is a gated community, as you probably know. There's residences, there's a golf course, and there's many different resorts. So we're staying at one of the smaller resorts. It's luxury, and I cannot wait to experience it.
Right.
But being there as well.
Yeah.
But being there, as we typically do when we go to a location, we'll visit the other properties in the area as well, just kind of getting a feel, talk to the management and let them know, hey, we're travel agents. We would like to take a walk around your resort. Can
Sure.
we do so? And oftentimes they will walk around with us, explaining this, explaining that, because they see the benefit in having the travel agent being able to speak to their property to clients.
Right.
So in addition to that trip that Suzanne just mentioned, later in the year, we're going to a travel conference. So a lot of our travel really revolves around learning and expanding what we do. We're going to a travel conference, and it's unique in the fact that half the traveling conference is on land in Fort Lauderdale, and then we hop on a cruise for the second half of the travel conference. So we're getting seminar at sea, we're getting networking and trade shows and breakouts and all that throughout the entire week. So very much looking forward to that.
Suzanne, you're really suffering on that one. Aren't you?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't go. What do you think? Should I just cancel that trip? Absolutely no way.
Right. Well, guys, how does someone reach you?
You can reach us through our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Gen, Gen Getaways, Getaways.
Okay.
Facebook.com/Gen Getaways. You can contact us through there, or directly through our website at generationsgetaways.com.
Great.
Bookgenerations.com as well, and our phone number 401-400-0114.
Very nice. I look forward to hearing some future trips that you've booked and your experiences in Mexico. A little bit jealous. I'm not going there till September, so
We can help you with that.
We can help you.
that was already booked. Flight, everything's done.
That's all right. It's not the only trip you're ever going to take.
No, that's true. That is very true. Great. Thank you very much, guys. We're big fans. Welcome to the Wave family of advertisers, and we're thrilled to have you with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Scott. Very nice meeting you.